Hello there. It is I once again, Jordan, aka Defcos. Um, yes, I'm a One Piece fanboy extraordinaire, but today we are not going to be talking about One Piece. We're talking about something a little different today. I do try to branch out and cover different manga from time to time, other than One Piece. Although One Piece is my main focus, but not today. So today we're actually going to be talking about a little manga slash anime called Made in Abyss. So, yeah, Made in Abyss. It's funny. The only reason I ordered this manga and I read it was because I was watching. I'm a big fan of Super Eye Patch Wolf. He's a popular YouTuber, in case you're unaware, and he talks about anime and video games and wrestling and movies and stuff. Um, but he does talk quite a bit about anime, and I for some reason like I thought I had seen all his videos because I'm a big fan. Whenever he drops a new video, I watch it, and I've been doing that for years. But and for some reason I thought I had watched all his videos. Like I don't know why, but for some reason that was like my state of mind. I was just like, oh yeah, I've watched all of Super Eye Patch Wolf's videos. So whenever he drops a new one, I'll watch that. But then I started just going through his channel recently, and I noticed that I actually haven't seen a decent amount of his videos. I don't know why I thought I had seen them all, but yeah. So he made a video called "Why You Should Watch Made in Abyss," and it's like an old video. It's like a 5 year old video or something like that, and it's about the anime. Um, but he was talking about how awesome it is. Like it's a cool story and whatnot. And I was watching this video and I was like, oh yeah, this looks pretty cool. But I'm the type of guy that I when I come across a new anime, I have to read the manga first. Um, I always like I don't know why, but I always prefer reading the manga and then watching the anime. That's kind of how I always operate whenever it comes to manga and anime. I read the manga first, then I move on to the anime after having read the manga. So after watching this Made in Abyss video, I was like, oh, let me check it out. Let me check out the manga. So that's what I did, and it's actually still going on. The series hasn't concluded yet, even though that video was like 5 years old and it was about the anime. Um, the manga is still going on. It's been going on since like 2013 or 2012 or something like that. So I was like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. Let me read it. Let me see if I like it. It seemed cool based on his video. So yes, that's what I did. So it's kind of an interesting story. It's about this town that is right next to this big chasm, this huge hole that goes super deep into the ground. It's a giant hole that goes way deep into the ground, and it's called the Abyss. And the town kind of revolves around exploring this chasm and retrieving relics from the chasm that are valuable. Um, and so the main character is this girl here. Her name is Rico, and that's her robot friend. His name is and they're orphans. Like a lot of the parents, they become cave dwellers. Not cave dwellers. Wait, is that what it's called? Cave raiders. They become cave raiders, and they venture down into the abyss. Um, but the thing about the abyss is that there's like a what's called the curse of the abyss, meaning here this is a good picture here. This right here. I don't know if you can really tell, but this is a profile. It's like a side view of the hole. It like goes down this way like that, all the way down. And right here, what these are explanations of the strains that happen when you reach a certain level of the abyss. So it's called the curse of the abyss. So the deeper you go, the harder it becomes for you to ascend and to come back up out of the abyss. Um, so you get like sickness, you get like hallucinations or nausea, you bleed, um, and like it gets worse and worse the deeper you go down until eventually you die. And so the if you go all the way down to the bottom, it's like you pretty much can't come back up. Uh, but despite that, the town is all about these cave raiders, and this one girl, the main girl Rico, she wants to go down to the bottom of the abyss because that's where she believes her mother is waiting for her. Her mother is what's called a white whistle. So all the cave raiders have ranks, which is something that they didn't explain up front. You kind of have to keep reading in order to completely grasp this concept. But they have ranks. So an apprentice cave dweller, I think it's a complete novice is a bell. Then an apprentice cave raider is a red whistle. Then the next level up is blue whistle, I believe. Then the next level up is moon whistle, and then the next level up is black whistle, and then white whistle is the highest rank of cave raider, and that's what her mother is. That's what Rico's mother is a white whistle, and Rico strives to be a white whistle. Um, they get little whistles. I'm not 100% sure what they do. There is a scene in this volume where she uses a whistle. And I think it's just to alert people when there's danger. Um, but I'm not 100% sure why they all have whistles and what they use them for exactly. Besides to alert of danger. Um, I don't know if that's the only reason. Here's another picture of the abyss, a side view of it. Uh, so yeah, it goes all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Um, so yeah, so Rico lives in this orphanage, um, where they teach. It's like an orphanage school, and they teach. There's this guy. His name, they call him Leader. Um, he's like their teacher, and he teaches them all about cave raiding and stuff like that, and teaches them all about the abyss and whatnot. And they go on raids. She's a red whistle, so she's an apprentice cave dweller. I mean cave raider, and so they occasionally go on raids, even though they're like little kids and they're apprentices. Um, but they're not allowed to go super deep because they're young. They're young. They're red whistles. They're just apprentices, so they're not allowed to go super deep. Um, so yeah, so Rico is preparing to go on her raid with the class. Um, Yeah, yeah. So this is they're like in the abyss right here. I don't know if you can tell, but see, she's like spelunking or whatever, and then they have like the miner, the miner like outfit on. Um, so yeah, so they're looking for relics. Oh yeah, and then during her raid, she comes across was a crimson split jaw, which is this beast right here, and attacked her friend Nat, who is also a red whistle. And then it like comes after her. Um, but then there's a big like it's a little it's not 100% clear what happens, but there's a big like she's like about to get eaten by this thing, and then there's a big hole in it, and she's like, "What just happened?" Then it flees. It like goes it like flees away. Um, and she's like, "Oh shit, what just happened?" And she sees like the remnants of like all these holes in the trees, like something like a big laser was shot, which is what happened. And then uh, she comes across this character, the robot boy, who later on is named Reg, and she finds him, and he's a big mystery. Like we're not 100% sure where he comes from or what his deal is, but she brings him back up to the top because they're not too deep, so I guess they don't get uh, any of the negative effects of ascending because they're close to the top of the abyss. Um, but she brings Reg back up to the orphanage, and they're trying to figure out like who he is and like what's up with him and stuff like that. And they find they conclude that he's a robot, but they don't know like where he comes from. And then he wakes up, and he doesn't know where he comes from either. Like he has amnesia. Um, he doesn't even understand why he's a robot or like we just don't know exactly who he is or what he is. Um, but oh yeah, he has these his arms can extend like this. Like there's like a cord, and his forearm can detach, and he can shoot it like a grappling hook. Um, so yeah, yeah, these are like the relics that they find. They find all kinds of relics. I think that's like the main reason that they spelunk or whatever, like the cave raid, because they're looking for relics. They're looking for like objects of value. Um, oh yeah, and then they convince. So Reg convinces Leader. So that's Leader right there. He's like their teacher and mentor, and that's Reg. And they convince. They convince the Leader to have Reg join the orphanage to become like one of the kids, pretty much to become a red whistle. Um, so now Reg lives with them. Then 2 months go by. Um, oh yeah, and then one of the cave raiders comes back. Um, and he comes back uh, with Rico's mother's white whistle and like a letter from her. Um, and um, the letter, wait, what? The letter actually says something like. Let me see if I can find what it says exactly. Oh yeah, there's this whole sequence where Leader explains to Rico that she was born in the abyss, um, and her mother brought her back up to the top. And her bad eyesight, because she wears glasses, her bad eyesight is like part of the curse of the abyss, actually. I'm still trying to find the part. Oh yeah, so so the mother sends her. Um, there's like drawings and stuff of there's drawings of like the beasts and because there's all kinds of like creatures and beasts that live in the abyss, like the what was it, the crimson slip snapjaw or whatever. Um, and okay, and then she also includes a drawing of a character that looks kind of like Reg. Like we're not exactly sure who this character is here, but it's a drawing from Rico's mother, and it looks like Reg. So Reg is from the abyss, but we don't know like exactly where or what or how. But apparently, Rico's mother came across either Reg or somebody that looked just like Reg. And then she wrote, "At the nether world's bottom, I'll be waiting." And she sent that letter to Rico. So now Rico becomes obsessed with going all the way down to the bottom of the abyss and finding her mother, even though she's just a red whistle. So she's just an apprentice. Yeah, they go on another raid with the class, and they come back. Oh yeah, and then Reg says, "Yeah, I'll go with you, Rico. Like, if you want to go find your mother, I can protect you. I'm a robot. I'm like kind of like a superhero a little bit. I can totally protect you and help you on your quest." Um, so yeah, so they organize a plan to kind of do like a secret cave raid. They usually whenever they do a cave raid, they do it as a class. Um, but they're like, okay, if we go and we're going on this big journey, like the leader is never gonna let us do this. Like he would never let us go on our own all the way to the bottom of the abyss. So we have to sneak out and do it on our own. Um, they keep reiterating like how dangerous the abyss is and all the strains and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it's not even sure. We're not even sure that her mom is alive, by the way, because she's been all the way to the bottom, presumably. So usually, if you go that far down, that means you're not coming back, which means, and she's been gone for like 10 years, I think. So so they're not even like Rico seems to be pretty sure that she's still alive because she wants to go find her, but we're actually not sure. Okay, so they sneak out and then they head to like a separate, like I guess it's like a separate entrance. It's not like the main entrance to the abyss. It's like a side entrance. And then they dive down. Here we go. And that's it. That's the end of the volume. I didn't go too into detail. I just kind of did like a recap, like I tend to do. Just kind of just kind of just talking about it briefly. I don't know what happens next. I mean, all I know is the video that I watched, the Super Eye Patch Wolf video, and what I just read in the first volume. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. I think I will keep reading. This is a quicker video than I usually do, but that's fine because we just want to talk about Million Abyss really quick. So yeah, so I guess I will go ahead and end the video here. Feel free to check out my personal manga that I'm working on currently. I will leave a link to my social media in the description box. I'd greatly appreciate it if you check that out. I'd greatly appreciate a like, comment, subscribe. So yeah, so if you indeed watched me talk about Made in Abyss for over 20 minutes, thank you very much. And I will see you in the very near future. Have a good one.